Hello everyone, it's Cameron. How are you doing? You got banned? Has anybody gotten banned? I keep hearing everybody's getting banned. So I just want to talk about my experience with that. A lot of you know that my account got locked out. I took some notes along the way, kind of like a timeline or a journal of what happened to me. And I'm going to talk about that as well as some things going around on how to get out of a ban. So there are a lot of theories. There are a lot of, oh guys, I think this is why we got banned. None of you know. I don't know. None of us know exactly the reasons. We have a lot of cool assumptions. We got a lot of good ideas. But the truth is, you don't know. I don't know. But I'll tell you what I think, just like everybody else is telling you what they think. Based on the information I got back after my lockout, I narrowed it down to, I think it's just because I'm third party selling infringement all over the place, I guess. Like I'm selling car stuff with brand names. I listed a Disney thing. A lot of you already know that. There are a lot of people that think it's because of their extensions they're using, because they post too many items, because they whatever. Like, it makes sense because us as people, we like to just assume, like when something goes wrong, we panic. And the rule of thumb is no one makes good decisions when they panic. So chill out. Everything's going to be fine. Some of us have way worse experiences than another person will. Some people have been locked out for weeks. Some people get locked out for 2 days. Some people get immediately back in their account. So you don't know what your experience is going to be. The best thing to do is just relax and look at your options. Okay. I don't really have a plan for this video as usual, so I'm just rambling. But before we get into everything else, let me just talk to you about what happened to me. So you have another realistic experience from somebody who's explaining it. You're not getting random ass posts just all over the place with little bits of information when somebody's panicked and they're like, I don't know what to do. Like, just here's my experience. I got a little paper so I could try to remember. On April 12th, I got my account locked. I got the actual locked screen. I made a video about that part. From 2 p.m. to 2:11 p.m., I verified the details. I lost the ability to buy and sell like most of you guys have, and I requested the review. And then after that, it just said, we're reviewing your account. Sweet. When you click on Marketplace, that's all it says. Your account's under review. You can't access anything. I can still see my messages from all of my sales that I had before the lockout. Now I'm locked out, but my experience is that I no longer got any sales because I was getting sales up until the moment I got locked out. No sales during that period. And then fast forward, we'll get to this part, but in the future, when I'm unlocked, I started getting sales again. So they actually stopped my sales altogether while I was down. I've heard other people experience that they have sales coming in, and that makes the whole thing worse because now you can't even touch those sales because you're locked out of your account. Now, luckily, if you're locked out of your account and you're getting sales, that's not the worst case scenario. You're getting sales, but if you don't fulfill those orders, they're just going to cancel, and it's going to be an automatic mishandling rate, which isn't as bad as if you have to go cancel an order. They're different. But just the worst part is if you have orders that you already fulfilled but are waiting for tracking numbers. And then you're basically, you can't access. You've already purchased the item to drop ship it, but you can't put your tracking numbers in. That's the worst case. And some people have 50 of those. Some people have 8. You know, I had like 10 or more, and by the time it was all said and done, I lost 2 or 3 of them. Not the worst case scenario, but it happened. Also, I messaged each of those ones that did cancel. I said, hey, did Facebook cancel your item? It's showing canceled on my end, but I see that the item's already been delivered or the item's already been shipped, so I don't know what the issue is. Can you confirm that for me? So I just ask as if I'm asking them. I'm not asking for anything yet. I'm just asking my customer. And all of them said, yeah, I got an email saying that it was canceled, but I got the item. And I was just like, okay, I know I can't make you do anything, but if you find yourself, wanting to, basically, could you please repurchase the item? Because Facebook completely canceled it on my end and like isn't paying me for it. And so far, each person was like, yes, I will for sure do that. It hasn't happened yet, but I just checked in with them this morning, and we're just seeing, if they even got that. Because I told them not to worry about it until they got the reverse transaction, because I don't know how long that takes, because I'm not them. But who knows? That's really the only thing you can do when it comes to trying to get your money back for things that were lost, but you actually bought. What else? I couldn't update orders, like I said. I had all my tracking in my email. I left it on unread so that I could get to it later. And then on 4/14, so 2 days later, I finally managed to get into a chat with some kind of support. I didn't care what the support was. I'll try to link. If you go to the Facebook group, there are a lot of good posts that are people and their random ways of getting into support and getting able to chat with somebody or troubleshoot some problems. There are things like, so one of you sent me a video, and now I've seen it a few times in the group, where it's, you on your phone, you go to the page that, it's something about like you go to your page and then you turn off your data, and then you go to access your listings and you turn your data back on, and then you go to access your orders and you turn it back off or something. And like you keep tricking the system into like letting you into the next step, and you have to do it just right timing wise. And then you can at least put in your tracking numbers, or at least delete. It's supposed to supposedly show you your troublesome items that maybe got you kicked. And then you can go and delete or mark those out of stock, and then you're like back up and running. Some people have had success with that. There are just, there's a link that somebody posted that I made an announcement in the Facebook group, which is the Facebook group's in the description if you're not already part of that. And that will, it was a nice little thing where you could report an issue at least. That was more than just your, like the standard way of reporting an issue. The big thing that worked for me was, before I get to that, I got into a chat from some random link I found online, and the link didn't even send you to a way to chat. You had to like act like you were, had a business ad or a media thing, and you just kept reporting problems, and it basically put a chat into your personal messenger window. And when you type anything, it would just say, please follow this link to find support. And it was just sent you right back to where you started. And I just typed in help, hello. Like I did it probably 20 to 30 times and gave up on it, honestly, because it auto sends you that link every single time. And I'd basically given up, and I was about to close my window. And then I saw at the bottom of my chat that it said in a little paragraph, and I almost didn't even catch it. It said, somebody will be with you shortly. And I was like, I'd given up on it. I wasn't even typing in it anymore. I don't know what made it happen. Honestly, like I was literally just trying any random stuff. I have no method of what actually made it happen. That's why some of you guys keep asking. I'm like, I just literally did exactly what I just told you and accidentally saw that somebody was joining a chat. But either way, that chat wasn't helpful, because they said they looked into my account and just said that, yeah, I violated their terms on selling, which, all you can take from that is, okay, I at least broke a rule. But they couldn't tell me what. They just sent me the list of rules, and that after they sent me that is when I made the video of what you can and can't sell, because they basically said I violated one of those things. They didn't say it was metadata problems. They didn't say it was, because of my stock images, or because I sell on Amazon, or that I use OA Genius, or that I have Z-Drop sometimes. Like, it wasn't any of that stuff they said. They just said I violated what I was selling. So, does that mean that that's true? Not necessarily. But a lot of us like to assume the worst, because we something happens to us and we're like, I have to understand why it happened. And then we are like, I bet it was this because I used this, and that's not my fault. So it's just, don't worry about those things. Just know that it's temporary. I think, honestly, Facebook is just I think we all started selling a lot more than they anticipated. And they probably had a few claims from certain brands that were like, hey, what's this about? And now they have to really tighten the reins and kind of course correct so that they can keep a hold on people like us selling stuff we're not supposed to, kind of. At least until they can get the permissions and stuff like that to allow that kind of thing, because Facebook's not really set up for that. But again, just another random opinion from some dude that you're watching. So I'm not done. Okay. That was so 2 days later, I was able to get into a chat, and they basically said, sorry, I can't do anything for you. I have escalated this. We all know what that means. It doesn't mean anything. Okay. Next day, 4/15. So April 15th, I'm 3 days in. I got an email. I woke up to an email while I was in Texas, and it said, you're all good. Your marketplace has been restored and you can now buy and sell again. I was like, ooh, nice. I go on my mobile app, and it says on my mobile app where it used to say review, it says, we have reviewed your account and we still think that you suck. Basically, they said you can't buy or sell still, and our review was exactly what we already thought. You violated our stuff, so thank you. And that's all I really got. So that wasn't helpful at all. I went back to my email and I was like, man, so I requested a review immediately because it said if you disagree, you can request a review. And then I did that and I was like, great, I'm just in review again. Is this going to take another 3 days? Like, how is this helpful? Well, in my email, I went back to the email where they said everything was good, and I responded to it because it had a name on the bottom. So I knew a person technically sent it, even though it's copy pasted. But I responded to that. I just replied to that email. And I said, hey, I'm still locked out of my account, even though you guys told me that I was back up and running. And that's all I said. And they were like, I think within a couple hours or maybe 12 hours or something. I don't know. It was less than a day. They were like, okay, that's all fixed. You're up and running. And before I even got that email, I went on Facebook and noticed that I had 2 sales. So it fixed, like, responding to those emails that you get after you wait forever for somebody to review it. That's how I get it handled. And then after it was back up and running, I checked my sales, and it said that, like, oh, your payments are on hold because of an issue, whatever. I just went right back to that email, responded to that, and said, hey, it says my payments are on hold, but you guys told me I was all up and running. And they were like, okay, and they fixed that right away, I think within like 2 hours. So once I was able to get emails from Facebook, I could respond to them, and their team there were able to fix things quickly. I think I had them do that for like 2 or 3 things. So that's it. From the 12th of April to the 16th of April is how long this took. So I was down for 4 days. I lost 2 or 3 orders, like I said. And then when I got back in, I was able to, I just, one morning before I touched anything, because I've heard of other people just getting locked out right away, I basically went in and I just updated tracking. I didn't touch anything else because my biggest concern was not updating the tracking numbers on some of those orders and me losing my money. So what to expect with that? You know that you're supposed to upload tracking within 3 days. When my stuff went down on the 12th, I needed to update tracking by the 15th. Well, my account got updated on the 16th. That's when it was unlocked. I did lose 2 orders, but those don't get canceled on the 3rd day. They wait a little bit longer to give you a little bit extra time. So it was the 16th, but all my orders said update tracking by the 15th still. So it was yesterday, the day before, during that time. And I was fine. I was able to update a lot of the tracking numbers and get those handled. And now I've been selling on both my accounts. I'm probably going to just try to switch back to the one that got locked a little bit more, because I don't want to do it on both a lot, because not only is it weird to track it all, but yeah, I'd rather just, learn. If I'm going to get banned doing something, I'd rather learn it on one and then not do it on the other. So that was my experience. There are links in the group, like I said. There's where you can contact support. My biggest thing is just wait until you get emails from the reviews. I was doing the thing where I was reporting stuff every day. I was doing a bunch of little tricks. Once I got the email and could respond to that, they fixed all my problems. So everybody's getting banned. I don't think it's for one reason or another that at least any of us know for sure. So I wish you all well. You're going to get through this. It's going to happen. Just give it a little bit of time, especially if you just got kicked. Some people have been kicked for way, way longer. And just know that this is part of the down part of the highs of making free money online. This is just a down period. It's going to be fine. We will course correct. We will jump platforms if we need to. We will do whatever it takes to keep this money ball rolling. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.